it's okay to feel how you feel. You have emotions too. You can feel that, and that's perfectly fine. It's okay. But you have to learn how to regulate it. And you have to regulate it to the point where it's not hurting anybody else once you express your emotions. Whenever you have a family, the relationship between your wife and your husband, vice versa, your husband and your wife, is very important. Make sure you establish that connection so that when you have kids, they see how you treat your wife. Vice versa, they should also see how you treat your husband, so that later on in life, they'll treat them exactly how you treated each other. I'm speaking to all the men. When kids see a father figure, they see somebody to look up to. Be that person. Don't be some random bot, okay? Be a person that your kid can look up to, that you uplift, so that he could just become like you. Your kids are a byproduct of who you are, so treat them right and with respect and dignity, and try to implement in them good values, security, emotional stability, the whole 9 yards. Or else, if you don't do that to them, if you don't implement good values, they will go and search that within other people or within other people's parents. And that's a risk. Is that a risk that you're willing to take? Because what if they're not good? And what if their parents are not good? You know what I'm saying? When you have kids, adhere to their emotional and mental needs. It shouldn't be the other way around. Before having kids, you should think to yourself, okay, I'm going to be birthing a human being who has his own passions, emotions, a psychologically different mind. So in reality, I can't imagine who I can raise. I can only raise who he's actually meant to be. And I can only instill values in him so that he can become something like the person I want him to become. You know what I'm saying? He's not gonna be no NBA star. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't really instill that in people. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Friends. Hey son, the friends that you have in high school and middle school and elementary school, they're gonna go away. All of them. Not just one, not just two, not just three, all of them. They're there for a period of time in your life and they'll disappear. Not disappear like in a bad way, but you get what I'm saying. They're going to evaporate. They're going to dissipate. Oh my God. No, they're not gonna actually dissipate and stuff like that. I'm just saying that just to say that. But I'm saying is like, they're only there for a certain time of your life. High school, right? Everybody moves on, right? And that's the thing with friends. If you have friends that you still pick in high school and throughout life, you're still friends with them, you're gonna grow. They're gonna say that you changed, but in reality, you're gonna grow. The difference between growing and changing is that changing is just, like you still have the same mentality, you just kind of changed your ways. Or maybe you're going around this path and you changed your ways. No, like once you change, once you grow into somebody, you realize, hey, I can become this person, because you are who you want to become. That's who you are. That's how you begin to manifest your destiny, is that you become who you are. Like for instance, I'm doing YouTube right now, right? That's what I want to do. So I realized that, and for me to become a YouTuber, I have to do certain things to become a YouTuber, right? It's not gonna just be some easy, oh, I'm gonna talk to the camera and then I'm just gonna post it. No, my personality is gonna show in this, you know what I'm saying? Not only that, it's like, at first I was kind of afraid, but like that's the thing, everybody has that. Everybody has that step where they have to take, where it's just, okay, I'm kind of scared, but, sorry, my nostrils are kind of like, I'm kind of scared, but I know that this is the path that I want to take, okay? So remember that. Yo, peep the closet, bro. Not gonna lie, peep the closet. It's so clean. I vacuumed, I like reset everything. Oh, it's amazing. If you were abused in your past life as a child, you inherit some of the things that your parents did to you, and that's perfectly fine. But for you, in order for you to grow, see what I did there? I said change, grow. In order for you to grow, you have to realize that this isn't the way that I want to teach my children how to, this isn't the way that I want to raise my children. So I have to become a different person to my wife, maybe to my siblings, or anybody else. And rule number one, get close with God. Get close with God, because He's the one that's in control of your life. He's the one that every single breath that you take, He's in control of that. Every single heartbeat that you beat, He is in control of that. So if you realize, okay, and if you internalize that, okay, God is in control of my life. If I have God as a best friend, that's all I need. That's all I need. If I have God as a motivation, that's all I need. So I'm going to walk upon this earth with the knowledge and with the understanding that I have God by my side. That's what you need. If you have that, then nobody else in the world is going to stop you from getting what you want to do, or is going to stop or is going to stop the will of God coming to you. And that's the beautiful thing about God. So number one, God. Always keep God in your life. Don't act like you have so little time when in reality that's stopping yourself. Okay? Like your parents like, hey, yeah, you need to go to college, you need to do this, you need to do this. In reality, you move how you want to move. You're not going to be moving at a pace that everybody else is moving, because if you are inclined in watching other people, then you're less inclined in watching yourself. Comparison is the thief of joy. So don't compare yourself to anybody. And parents, please tell your kids that. Don't compare yourself to anybody. Whatever you want in life, you can achieve. You want to become an astronaut? Go ahead, man. Prove me that you can become an astronaut. You want to become a different Einstein? Prove me that you can become a different Einstein. Prove it to me. Don't just say it. Prove it. You know what I'm saying? Prove it. And it takes a certain type of person. And if you realize who you want to become early on, go for it. Nobody's going to stop you. Parents, please encourage your children. Do not tell them, hey, do this, do this, do this, do this, do this. Because in reality, they're living your expectations on their life. You are not letting them expect their life. And that brings another point. You know what I'm saying? When they're early on in their age, children, parents, this is a message to all parents. Your children, when they're early in their stages of life, it's very important that you guys have a great connection, you and your wife, so that, I talked to that earlier. But also, it matters that that you instill their understanding of decision making, right? Like for instance, if your daughter can't, or your son, whatever you have, comes up to you and is like, hey dad, what do you think about this poster or this picture that I made? What do you think about it? And you say, what you should say is, you know what, daughter, son, what do you think about it? What do you think about it? Right? It instills in them like, I shouldn't go and I shouldn't go and ask people's validation of my work. You get what I'm saying? Like, I should validate my own work. Like, hey, I actually love this photo. I don't care what anybody thinks. I don't care what I don't care what anybody thinks about this. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what anybody thinks about this. I love this poster. I might go and tell mom, hey mom, look what I made. I love it. You know what I'm saying? Or hey dad. And you gotta let them know, like, or you gotta let them think for themselves, like, so that they have critical thinking skills in the future. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you raise children and they don't have that type of critical thinking skills, they're gonna get to a lot of bad situations. And guess who's to blame? You, the parents. You didn't teach your, like, I understand being strict with your parent, or strict with your sons and daughters. I understand that. But it's a level of strict, and like if if you're perfectly fine with your wife, for instance, because all the problems come to the root. The root is the mother and wife. If the mother and wife is not good, the family's not good. If the mother and wife is not good, the family is not good. If the mother and wife are good, the family's good. So it comes to the mother and wife. If you guys treat each other good and you are good and your child is bad, try to be empathetic with them. Like, hey, like I understand like what you're going through. Like, do you want to just really sit down and talk with me? And do you want to like have a conversation with me? Or maybe we can go to a therapist together so I can understand you better if you're more comfortable with that. You get what I'm saying? Like, or like, hey, are you okay? Like, is this a great time to talk about it? I really want to, you know, correct things in your life, and I want to make sure that, you know, you're good. I want to make sure that you're good because I'm your father and I care about you and I love you and I don't want anything bad to happen to you, and this and that and third, and this and that and third, and this and that and third. That's what I wasn't taught when I was young. You get what I'm saying? And I had to learn this at a young or older age, like, because I live by myself right now, and I had to realize this when I was living myself, because it made me realize, like, okay, cool. I internalized a lot of things, and then I started thinking to myself, I was like, okay, this is how I should act, this is how I should do this, this, and this. If somebody disagrees with you, that's perfectly fine, right? But when somebody gets into an argument with you because of your disagreement, and when it comes to disrespectful, that's when you gotta be like, hey, you know, this argument's getting disrespectful. We were just disagreeing at the beginning, right? We were just disagreeing, and now it's kind of getting disrespectful. So I'm just gonna back myself out of this, and then we can come back at this at the later date. Boom! That's how you do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's just, yeah, that's everything that I wasn't taught growing up, and that I had to learn at an older stage. I know some people, they have to grow up young. They have to become an adult at a young age, and I feel for you guys. I feel for you guys, and I feel like you just need God. Get God in your life, bro, and you're chilling, right? Because he's there with you. You just don't realize it. So just think. Peace out, y'all.